All right, welcome everyone. And when I say everyone, I just mean me and Jose.
Hello.
Uh, it is April 9th. This is our Tuesday night class. We were working with structures. We're gonna do more with it. So I grabbed our person. I actually grabbed what we did last time. I deleted everything in the main. I just kept our basic structure and all of our methods and functions and stuff that we had. I actually think got a little carried away with persons, like birthplace and nationality doesn't seem like something we would use very often. So maybe we should make a structure that doesn't take anything of those in. Like, so this last one has everything, but doesn't feel realistic. I guess we have that here. We got one right here. What did we set for our defaults? And oh, there's our default constructor. Okay. And what did we have? We had John Doe, and we left everything blank. Maybe we should leave age blank as well. We'll set it as 0. That way, no one acts like 18. We could think the person's 18 if we use the default. So I'm going to set equal to 0. That's clear. No one did age 0. Doesn't make sense. All right. So, uh, Jose, do you like to read?
I do love to read.
What is your favorite book?
Right now, I would say it has to be Lord of the Rings.
Excellent. What I wanted to go with was Lord of the Rings.
Let's go.
So let's make a structure about the first. You want to go Hobbit, or are we talking full Lord of the Rings?
Either one's fine with me.
Lord of the
We
Rings.
could go with okay, got it.
What's the first one called? Let's just do LOTR
The
in general.
gotcha.
LOTR. Let's call it LOTR books. So maybe we'll start off with it'll have a book number, like because there's 3 of them in the series.
hmm
So we don't want to assume we're talking about the first book or the second book. Uh, this will be a 1, 2, or 3. Let's see. What is this? Is Fellowship. 2 is Two Towers, and 3 is Return of the King. Is that what they're called? Fellowship of the
Yes, I
Ring.
believe so. It has been a very long time since I read them.
I wanted to do this one because most people watching later on would already know. They've at least heard of them because of the movies and stuff.
hmm
Uh, so maybe we'll do a string with book title. And uh, I'm going to move this structure below persons because then we can include persons. We can use one
Oh,
structure inside of another as a character. Look at that for clever. All right, got it inside. So, uh, person. Why is it saying that? Person's right above it. There it goes. Okay, person, male hero, male main character. Well, I don't know. Let's do. Maybe we should do something different because that's going to be consistent with anybody's LOTR book. Yeah, we can do that. Main protagonist. Let's go with that.
okay.
Protagonist. And we go with main villain. And we could go with my favorite character. Let's go with male character and female character. Now, the author is the same for all of them.
Mhm.
But if we were to do a structure that was just books in general, and we wanted to, then we could make an LOT. In fact, let's do that. Let's just call this structure books and build author into it. So we'll have a book title and we'll have an author. So maybe I'm gonna take this. Oop, shit, what did I just do? So, okay, there's a note. There we go. We'll do LOTR. So book number, we'll say use 0 if it's a standalone. Not every book is in a series. Like Hobbit would be 0. Actually, let's say use -1. No, 0 seems appropriate. What else we got? What else do you think goes with a book?
If we're including the person structure, I would suppose side characters.
Okay. Side character. Well, person sidekick. There we go. Sidekick.
Um,
That seems like
so
enough. And that's a lot for what we're doing.
oh
Go
okay,
ahead.
gotcha.
Go ahead, Jose. What do you want to
Oh,
say?
I was about to ask if we'll be sort of indexing this, like putting it into a catalog, or if it'll just be like creating kind of a summary of what the book contains.
That's a good idea. Like if this went in the library, we should probably have into what's the
I think
card
it's
catalog?
serial. I think it's a serial number at the very least.
There's a name for the library system in the card catalog. Do you know what the library?
I could try searching it up real quick.
Yeah, let's go with the name here. It's something short too, and it's on the fucking tip of
Book
my.
indexing is what they call it.
That's not it. There's a name.
Metadata?
Nope. It's
Hmm.
based on someone's name. What is it
Oh,
called?
like that decimal thing?
The
Hexadecimals
Dewey
or
Decimal System. That's yep, you said enough.
oh, okay.
Dewey Decimal System. Um, I'll just make a reference here. We can call it card catalog.
Okay.
Dewey Decimal number or ISBN number. We can decide. So maybe do that. There's probably a page count, but like, yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. All right, let's go look up some of this data on Fellowship of the Ring. We want the book. Wow, they got the fucking RR spelled out. How rude. That's some rude shit right there. They even got his first name. How insulting.
Oh, yeah.
That's some bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feels a little wrong. Goodreads might have what we wanted. Look at that. 2 decimal number. Fuck yeah. Let's do it. All right. Damn, it was only published in 1954. I thought it was a book that was older than that. It's got 423 pages. Ah, dude, decimals so would be decimals. So maybe let's make this a double. Because we can always have a integer just by not having any decimals. All right, so let's see. Let me do this. We had page count was do decimal is 823.914. Okay. All right. Let's come down here. We don't have any structure or any method yet or anything. Let's just go build a fresh one by scratch. Come down to the main. Let's design fellowship. So what do we call this? Just book? Books. We're making a new books, fellowship. So this creates or declares the object, but it has no info yet. I love the IDE. You just have a couple letters and tab to get the rest of the name. So we have a bunch of stuff up there we should include. Fellowship, author equals J.R.L. Tolkien. Maybe we'll throw the periods in. Book number is 1. book title. So now we're just populating it with shit. And what order we populate it in doesn't matter. I'm going down the list I see here. Card catalog is our Dewey Decimal. Favorite side character. Who's your favorite side character, Jose?
Oh, it's a tough one. No, he would count as a main character, wouldn't he?
Who's
Samwise? Frodo's,
main character is more Frodo in that case. I would go with Samwise. Samwise.
okay.
Samwise Gamgee.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you spell his last name. Why do you not like the equal sign here? Oh. I need to do this. What is our simple first name and then last name? We'll do that. Now we got main protagonist. I would argue that that is, well, now here we got a toss up. Do we say Frodo or do we say Gandalf? I'm gonna
Hmm.
say in first book, probably Gandalf. He's
That would
absent
make
for a little bit
sense.
later on, but like, and he's the white. No, he's just Gandalf the Gray in the first one, right?
Yep. Gandalf the Grey in the first one.
People that aren't fucking LOTR fans are gonna, later on gonna be like, look at these fucking nerds.
Well, they're not here, so they can't
Fuck 'em.
complain.
All right, villain. We got a couple
Hmm.
villains. Who stands out in book one as the villain?
Oh man, this is a great pop quiz.
Because later on, well, this is all a matter of perspective right here. We've got Sauron, we've got Saruman, we've got Gollum. We could
I
argue that
think,
there's some orc captains, but I don't know their names, so fuck them. Who do you want to call the main villain of book one? Like the overall series is Sauron,
yeah,
but this is book one, so like, is he really? I would say Gollum. I think
was
Gollum's book one, Saruman maybe book two, and then Sauron is definitely endgame shit.
yeah, for the first one, weren't they getting chased by an orc or an like an orc chief or whatever, that white orc? Or was that in a different book?
You're right. That is who's chasing him, but Gollum's chasing him too. I guess
So,
Gollum's not really a villain, is he? He's villainous, but he's not the villain. So what is the
yeah.
orc guy? Let's see. There's a name. He's got a name.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been years. I should definitely reread it.
Let's try this another way. Fellowship of the Ring book. White orc. Azog. Yeah. So in the movies, the main antagonist. In the book, he's just mentioned. Azog the
Ah, okay.
Defiler. There we go. That'll work.
Such a cool name.
The Defiler. That's yeah. And Azog's nice and short. Apparently not easy to remember, but what else we got? We have the characters and the page count. So let's do sidekick real quick. Samwise is almost a sidekick. Let's give Gollum this.
He does fit that quite well.
Gollum. I know he's got a name, but fuck it. We're not. There's a level to how much work I want to do. What's your favorite female character? There is a wrong answer here. There's not a lot of female
What
characters, is there?
wasn't it? Weren't they introduced to Galadriel in the first one as well? Or is it the
Galadriel
second one?
and I think yeah, because Galadriel's introduced because they got to go to Rivendell before they're sent south with the ring. You want Galadriel?
I would very much like Galadriel.
Galadriel's a decent choice. What's the other one's name?
The other one? Hmm.
The young elf. Now I'm only
And
looking because I want to
you
know what it is.
specified female, right?
Yeah, it's a young one. It's matches Arwen. I
Oh,
was thinking the match of Aragon or
yeah,
Aragorn,
I was I was starting to get there.
but Galadriel works. Wrong answers are Goldberry. I'm fucking one of the Hobbit chicks. Nope, not Eowyn. Shelob, she's female. There's a bunch of weird. I don't even know all these names. All right.
Shelob, that was the Spider Queen, right? She
Yeah,
was in book three,
she's
I
book.
believe.
Yeah, she's book three. Does Galadriel have a last name?
I don't think the did the elves have last name? I don't remember that.
I don't remember them having last names either, but one way to find out. We'll just say Galadriel of Lothlorien. How about that? Because we need a last
That
name the way we
fits.
set this up. And oh, that should be say person in front of it. All right. Who's your favorite male character?
Oh, we haven't chosen one yet? Oh, because
No.
he was okay. Um, they get separated with Aragorn in this one, right? At near the end or halfway? Or is
Yes.
that in book two?
I want to say it's near the end. Uh, Boromir
Ah,
uh,
that's right.
threatens to take the ring, and Frodo and Samwise flee. But there's a lot of characters. I mean, you
There
got
is a lot of
Aragorn, you got
characters.
Boromir, you got Gimli, you got Legolas, you got Gandalf. Fuck, Gollum's male. You like Gollum. It just says favorite character. It doesn't say favorite good character.
I do very much like Gandalf. Absolutely love him.
Gandalf it is.
If you want to go for uniqueness, I would say Aragorn in the case for book one.
I'm sure he has a last name. Apparently not. Only hobbits are cool enough to get fucking last names. That's an interesting fucking thing. Only the hobbits have last names. Let's go Aragorn, aka Strider. And finally, we had page count, which was 423. So we create a new structure. We can use other structures or inside them only if you declare them in the right order. Notice that if I move person, let me shrink this down. I'm gonna cut that and put it down here below books. Oh, apparently it doesn't cause a problem.
I understand your point though.
What?
I understand your point though, because of beforehand,
Sometimes it does. I bet it still does. It may not say it yet. Yeah, see, it
okay.
does. It's not pointing out the error, but if I move person back up above, it's supposed, I knew it was supposed to. If I move person back up above and then run it, oh, motherfuck. God damn it. My file name is too big. I really hate this about Visual Studio. It allows me to make a long file name, but then if I try to use it, it says no. And there's no trimming it. You can't change the name afterwards. You just got to come up with something unique the first time, or there's just like wasted space in your memory.
Yeah.
We'll call it that. Which seems like a bad design. Like when I'm creating the file, you should tell me that the name's too long if you're not going to let me save it.
And the question is it laziness or oversight?
It's got to be oversight. That's got to be such an easy thing to do. All right, so it ran just fine. And if I change the order around, if I move books, let me grab the whole thing. If I move books above person, yeah, so build error. Because books uses person, but person hasn't been defined yet.
Mm-hmm. So like order of operations.
Very much. And we could make a constructor for this, although we got so much shit going on in here. I don't recommend it. There's just too much going on. But maybe we could make a method for like a display method. So let's call it display. So it doesn't return anything, but it will do couts. And I'm going to bring this down below, and this is the prototype of the method. And we'll come down to the bottom. And before I do this real quick, I realized I use lowercase, that's bad here. Generally, we capitalize structures. So I'm going to do a control F and change books. We're going to replace it with capital books.
May I ask why we capitalize structures?
Because lowercase ones we tend to use for variables and stuff. Notice I've always had variables start with lowercase. So
Mm-hmm.
when you see something like a structure or later on a class start with a capital, you know that this is not a variable, but like a data type. It's a
Oh, okay.
kind of like the same reason we use capital letters at the start of sentences to indicate it's the start of a sentence,
That
or
makes
a capital
sense.
letter for a first name, the first letter of a first name, first letter of any
Mm-hmm.
name. It indicates it's a name, not just because like Denver. Denver's a city too. It's capitalized. Let's see. Uh, I don't know. There's names of people that are actual objects as well. I'm having trouble
Like
thinking.
Jose's house. Like that?
I was thinking more about like Denver's a city, so it's a place also, but also a person's name. But I wasn't like Denver's capitalized also because it's a place. I was thinking there's other names that we have that like are actual objects.
Oh,
That's
okay.
but that's not named after the city. I'll have to think.
No worries.
Right. All right. What do we have? I'm going to come up here and copy this shit down below. And I'm going to delete it after I use it, but I just want to see what we're doing here. So we'll do a C out. Ooh, if it's a standalone book or not. Let's do an if. If book number equals 0, book title. Nope. Because funnily enough, we use quotes to describe books. So by what I'm doing here, that slash is going to make the quote show up. Normally a quote would end the C out, but
Mm-hmm.
here, all right. Actually, written by, and I'm going to cut off right there. And then we'll do an else. That's not, there we go, else. Is now we'll put book number. Feels like we're missing something. So maybe we should have series title here. Like if I wanted to say like book number one, what? I think we're missing something here. Let's add that in. Let's add in string series for those that are not standalone books. And we'll come down here and throw that in right here. That books did not capitalize. Oh, I didn't hit replace all. There we go. All right, back to our display. Okay, that deals with that part. And now we'll add in the author's name. We'll do the end line here. So this first section, introduce book name and number / series and author. And then we can add a little bit more. We can say it has pages. My favorite characters are why doesn't that like that? It should. That's just a glitch. I missed something there. I don't need a period there. Well, maybe I should put a period because I'm making a sentence. This is how you got to kind of do it when you're splitting up a long C out and you want a couple lines. You can't just keep typing and hit enter. We got to find a natural spot to end it. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'm going to hit run. We haven't accessed display yet. Did I fuck up? Did I take out? Did I not have the? I got the IO stream. I got used. What's going on here? Oh, that's the problem. This is a person. So maybe we'll do my favorite character first. No, it is a character in the book. There we go. That's what was wrong. I was trying to see out something that doesn't have a see out. Male character, first name. That should work. Why are you giving me glitches here? There we go. I didn't have both there. All right. I haven't put it in the system yet. I'm just gonna run it. Okay, it's running. So that's what my book display looks like right now. You might have yours say something different. We can add to it. You can take away from it. But if you were building this for yourself, you would customize display the way you wanted it. I wouldn't talk about the Dewey Decimal number in there. That seems like a silly thing to add. Now let's come up here and reference it in the main. My new fellowship display. I need more spaces. I need a space between the page number and the pages, and I need spaces at the end because that looks like shit. That's easy to do there. Just put a little space there. Probably should do that in the main. Yeah, I'm going to do that in the main because you may want that right away. And looks like I should have some periods. Those aren't proper sentences yet. Not bad. And so we could easily see, but we won't go through the whole thing. I could make another book. And I'm going to give it a shorter name right now, LOTR2. And we could go through and do this. LOTR2. And so have everything we need there. You know, do this for all of it. But we can have different books. That was the point here. Oh, let's start out. Let's do The Hobbit. Because Hobbit is a standalone. Let's see how this Hobbit looks. Let's see. We need author. We need title. We need favorite characters. Who's your favorite female character in Hobbit?
In The Hobbit. There's a lot of content in that book.
I can't even think of fucking female characters in it.
I think there was some female characters in the they went to a fishing village, a human village at one point, I think.
Yeah, but you don't know any of their names. Galadriel's, is she in it?
I don't recall that. Because it was I don't recall elves being in it though, actually.
Let's
It's
go with Belladonna
mainly
Cook. Fuck it.
that works.
And I think we need the title. Is that really the title? It's There and Back Again. A Hobbit's Tale. I think that's the full name, isn't it? Or is it just called The Hobbit?
I
The
thought it was
Hobbit.
just called The Hobbit because it includes a lot.
Because in the book he refers to it as There and Back Again. And
Mm-hmm.
the book's supposed to be written about his journey. It's got a couple names. Uh, I think that's enough with what we need for display. We need page count. A 310, that's it. That feels like a fucking short book. For all that goes on in The Hobbit?
It's a lot to digest.
How is that only 310 pages? I think we've got them all. Hobbit. Wait, nope. Let's do this. Copy this. So we're testing the if sequence in our display thing. There we go. So we explored some of the functionality here. We can create whatever we want, add whatever we want. Like we got so much shit most people wouldn't even put in a book description, favorite side character, shit like that. But that's the glory of making your own objects, making your own data types. We can access other data types within our data types, like we did with our characters, which is nice. And just showing some all around good stuff with it. I'm going to copy this and paste it in the announcements. And we'll call this a wrap unless you have any questions.
Nope. I do believe I got this down.
Structures calling structures. And I made up a book structure using person structure for characters. Oh, I need to get rid of all that shit. Why did that not cause a problem? That's interesting that it didn't cause a problem. I'll show you what
What
I'm talking
happened?
about. At the bottom, I had all this shit so I could see what I needed for display. And it don't give a shit that I'm just declaring variables at the bottom. I
Oh,
guess it isn't a problem. If I went on to use them in other things, they just happen to be named as the same thing as variables inside of books, but that's okay. I deleted them. They're not there. I think we got some fun here.
yeah.
This was excessive. In hindsight, I regret making that many things appear.
It was a fun activity nonetheless.
Yeah, it was for the activity. All right. I will see you on Friday.
Likewise. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you. Peace.
See you as well. Bye bye.